Hi, my name is Andrew Cooley of Cooley Auctions, and thanks so much for joining us for our September St George and Sutherland Shire auction market wrap. As you'll note in our previous video in August, we saw some tremendous results take place, but property was still fairly scarce. As we've now moved into spring and we've now finished our first month of the spring market, we've started to see more property come on the market. The great news is clearance rates have certainly maintained and results are still very strong. In September, we conducted 80 auctions. Now, the very exciting thing to come out of that, we actually had a clearance rate of 84%, but also of those properties that sold on the day, 82% of those actually sold above their written reserve price. We're also starting to see more buyers coming into the marketplace. We found that we had an average of 5.4 people registered per auction and a massive 17.6 bids on average per auction as well. And we actually sold $43,250,000 worth of property in St George and the Sutherland Shire in September. We had a number of key residential sales take place. One of note that really stands out for me was a property that was marketed on behalf of Nick Gleeson from Sanders Property Agents. That home was number 20 Burunda Street in Como. Now, it had a written reserve price of $1,250,000. There were 10 people that registered. Of those 10 people, we saw 41 bids take place, and it ended up selling for $1,400,000. That's a massive $150,000 above its written reserve price. Another key sale was a property marketed on behalf of Michelle Reed from Bell Property Lugano. That particular property was number 3 of 78 Belmore Road in Peakhurst. Now, it had a written reserve price of $640,000. We had 9 people register. There were 52 bids at that particular auction, and it sold for $715,000. That's $75,000 above its set reserve price. So as you've seen, there's 2 examples of very strong residential sales that have taken place. One particular commercial property that really stands out to me was one marketed on behalf of Chris Monk from Commercial Property Group. That particular property was number 6 of 105A Vanessa Street in Kingsgrove. Now, we had a written reserve price of $650,000. We had 3 people register to bid at that particular property. Now, there were only 2 bids, but it sold for its written reserve price of $650,000. Now, the great thing about this was the reserve on that particular property was a little bit high, above where the market feedback been. However, given Chris took it to auction, he managed to create some urgency, give the vendor a great understanding of where the market was at, and negotiate on the floor with our highest bidder to get them to get to a level in which our vendor would accept. So certainly a great result on behalf of Chris Monk and the whole team at Commercial Property Group. So as you've seen here today, we've seen some great auction property move forward in the month of September. We're starting to see more listings come on, we're starting to see more auction property come on, and we're seeing higher percentages of property selling above their reserve price. I can't wait to move forward now into October, November and December and see these clearance rates maintain as more property continues to come along. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude our September St George and Sutherland Shire auction market wrap. As always, if you have any auctions coming up that we could be able to help you out with, we'd be thrilled if you thought of us. And just a reminder, we do have the in-room auctions at Dogtone House, Sylvania Waters, that we conduct every fortnight. For more information, please log on to our website at cooleyauctions.com.au.